Start with that.
Well, that's right, but hopefully we'll have another recycle.
I will call to order the Transportation Committee meeting of September 6, 2022. And under the authority of the County Board rules, I appoint. Well, I'm saying, yeah, Garcia to serve as a temporary member of this committee to establish quorum. I don't need a motion to do that.
Nope.
Do it on my own. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, that's what you're. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you for doing this for us. Okay, now we can do a roll call.
Chaplin here. Desart
Here.
Krajewski. Ozog. Kachalski.
Here.
Zay.
All right, we do have a quorum. Thank you, Paul. I wasn't sure if we had to have that moved or not, so we change our rules all the time. I have no share remarks. We have no public comment. I have a motion to approve the committee minutes of August 6, 2022. We have a second on that?
Second.
All right, great. Okay. Any changes, alterations, or corrections? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is agenda 6, budget items. Move to approve a budget transfer of $200,000 from contingencies to fuel and lubricants. Additional funds needed to cover increase of gas prices for remainder of FY 2022. A motion is second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is number 7, which is procurement requisitions. Motion to approve 2022-74 recommendation approval of contract with Atlas Bobcat LLC to furnish and deliver one Bronchite 360 112 HD replacement trailers for division transportation for a contract not to exceed $15,463. And I have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is a motion to approve 2022-73 recommendation of approval contract Knapp-Keed Equipment Company,
Second.
Chicago, to furnish and deliver Force American parts for the period of September 7th, 2022 through May 31st, 2023 for contract not to exceed $25,000 low quote. And a motion is second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next will be item 8, motion to approve consent item, which is Premier Engineers recent closeout.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is amending resolutions. Move to approve amendment to DTR 0109B-22, an amendment to a resolution for the local public agency agreement between the County of DuPage and the Illinois Department of Transportation for improvements along Warrenville Road over the east branch of the DuPage River to increase the funding $56,100.88. A motion is second. Are there any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Next is the awarding resolutions. I make a motion to approve DTR 0356-22 and awarding resolution to Schroeder Asphalt Services for the Downers Township 2022 Road Maintenance Program for an estimated township cost of $778,484.23 and it's no county cost. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is agenda item 11, which is intergovernmental agreements. I'd like to move to approve DTR 0354-22 and intergovernmental agreements with County of DuPage and the Illinois Department of Transportation for improvements along US Route 20 at Gary Avenue for an estimated county cost of $28,061. We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions?
What is the whole contract? Remind me what the whole contract is.
So
our part is 28,000. What is the whole project?
Right. So we're sharing in the signal cost 5%.
Okay.
So the state and the feds are picking up 95%. So I can't do the math, but
no,
it's a very small amount compared to the total.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Dawn. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Next is motion to approve DTR 0353-22, an intergovernmental agreement between County of DuPage and Village of Bloomingdale for sidewalk improvements along Army Trail Road, no county chaos. We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. And next is item 12, general resolution. Move to approve DTR 0350-22, a resolution of concurrence with the Federal Highway Administration determination of no adverse impact to the Illinois Prairie Path and the Great Western Trail as part of the Village of Villa Park Trail Construction Program. Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Number 13 is informational, and that's permit fees approval by the CFO for her Department of Transportation off-site maintenance storage facility.
Yeah, just informational. If you recall at our last board meeting, granted or extended the approval authority to the CFO to approve permit fees that go beyond the department. So at the request of many, we're bringing it forward as an informational item.
All right.
Okay.
Are
we going to, once we build our building, our own DOT building, are we going to not off-site store things anymore?
So the offsite facility is still needed. We have very limited opportunity to expand much on the west side of the campus. So we still need the offsite
storage?
facility for basically the switch between winter and summer. So we have all of our equipment in the winter inside. So that means all the summer equipment that might be inside now goes to offsite storage.
Okay, thank you.
Right. And next is item 14. Pardon me?
Did we take a vote?
I think it was.
There's no vote.
No, this is
Okay.
informational.
Barb.
Trying to-
I know if we were moving to place on file. Okay.
All right. I don't think we need to place them.
Yeah, so
Next is item 14, which is a discussion of the 2022 strategic initiatives update. So Chris,
Right,
go
so
ahead.
you each have in front of you the kind of a summary and update of our 2022 strategic initiatives. The first one is to implement or improve the highway permitting process. So if we look at what the 1-year outlook was to integrate a new software and then update the ordinance, get county board approval, and we have the second element would be to develop guidance on implementing the actual permit ordinance. So in terms of key milestones, we have migrated to the online submittal software. We are going through refinements and some adjustments as we and our end users, our customers, get familiar with the online permitting process and software. With regard to the ordinance itself, we are planning to bring to next committee, a framework of the ordinance, both any organizational changes, structure changes, fee change recommendations, any waivers for any partner agencies in the process, with the goal to then bring forward for adoption the updated ordinance sometime in November.
This is all interlinked with everything else, right? It's development and it's stormwater.
They all use the same
That was the whole purpose of that
software.
software,
Correct.
because we had to pay, I think, a little extra.
Premium for it. Well, maybe not a premium, but
But
actually
it's the
that.
same stuff we
Mhm.
talked about where we paid a little extra to make everything compatible.
Exactly. So
Anybody have any questions on the permitting process?
hearing none, so move on to strategic, imperative number 2. This is the development of basically what we'll call is an annual and multi-year publication of our projects. So we include that and have been including those in the board packet every year for board approval in terms of our 5-year capital program. We also release annually our construction program, to the public, to all the board members, so you know what's going on in your district. What this is going to do is basically be a more robust document that'll be our 5-year plan. Here's the projects, here's the phases of engineering, here's the fund sources. John has been working on this for some time. It's been something that we've been talking about for quite some time. So we are moving forward.
I love that. I was just looking at that the other day from the last time, whatever the last time you handed that out. And it's really helpful to know how many our roads are in, 60% great repair, 20% poor, whatever, and the bridges too.
There is no.
You must be looking at someone else's
Must have been
system.
another
But I
town.
think that's really, really helpful.
some other county.
Some
Yeah.
other county,
And
yeah.
that part of it will not just be a long list of projects and fund sources and years of construction and stuff, but it's also going to be a narrative getting at that state of good repair and tying it into our long range plan, and the goals and objectives of that plan and how each project feeds in that, whether it's safety, system enhancement, system improvement. So, so John has been actively very much engaged in the long range plan, and now this is the companion to that. Now we got this 20-year outlook. Let's now bring forward to the public, to our board members, every year, a 5-year look at it. So we're moving forward with the formatting and the project data entry. We hope to bring a framework to this committee in October and to approve kind of the framework and the organization. Its release won't be till first quarter of 23. We've got to wait for the budget to get passed and then enter all the 5-year projects and phases and get the fund sources resolved. So it'll be the first quarter of 2023 that'll be officially released. Strategic.
Any questions on strategic initiative number 2 by anybody?
Hearing none. Right. So our third one is our mobility plan update. This is an update to our 2011 DuPage area transit plan. I don't want to put John on the spot, but this is something that he's really been actively involved in, also updating transit committee. So if he could just say a couple words about this one.
Sure. In that old transit plan, you probably remember that it was highly focused on pace and on Metra. Really had nothing to do with the county. The new mobility plan is really talking about everything from sidewalks and ADA all the way up through kind of all the way through Metro. So we're looking at it in a much more robust fashion in terms of, what can be done, what's missing, what our objectives and goals ought to be in the county, where we can be innovative, where we can partner with people to enhance mobility and help people both in their work trips and also in their daily trips that aren't work related. So we're working with OCODA, and this was the mobility plan. I think I mentioned that Public Transit Committee is mostly funded by RTA, and it's a small grant, and as such, it will be more of a framework type of plan, which will fill in over the next couple of years. But it too is a companion to the long-range plan. So,
Thank you. But we've done a lot of the data collection and stakeholder engagement to date so far. Working on gap analysis, and the hope is by end of year is to actually bring forward the mobility plan for adoption by the board.
That will be adopted out of transportation or out of public transportation?
Well, it depends on when it happens. And if I don't know what the committee structure will be in December or January, but
They will, with the new board rules, it'll be here.
Okay.
It'll be one committee, covers both.
Oh, that's right.
That's right, that's right.
Yay.
One less meeting.
As
Then run into another meeting.
As needed. Okay. All right. Is that anything more?
No, thank you, John.
Okay. Anybody have any questions on the DuPage County Mobility Plan? I think that, does anybody have any discussion regarding any other strategic initiative or anything other on the strategic initiative I'd like to bring up? Okay. Then we go to item 15. I have an authorization for overnight travel for Director of Transportation County to travel to East Peoria from October 5th to October 7th to attend the 2022 Fall Conference of Illinois Associates of County Engineers. Expenses, an estimated county cost of $782.50. I have motion second. Any questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the ayes have it. Do you have any report from our state attorney?
Nothing this time, Mr. Chairman.
Do you have anything under old business for us? No. How about new business? Nothing new today. Does anybody have anything under old or new business? If that's it, then without objection, we stand adjourned. Paula, thank you for giving us a
Sure.